Hi everyone, we're just going to get started in 1 minute to wait for a few other people to join. If you could answer the poll though that we have up, that would be great. Okay, Krishna, do you think we should get started now?
Yes, I think we can start
Cool.
with the presentation. Yeah.
Great. So thank you everyone for coming and joining our PMC office hours today. My name's Kaylin Neal, and I work on the channel marketing team in EMEA, helping to enable our partners through PMC. We're excited to talk today about the Atlassian Cloud Playbook, which is now available in the PMC Collateral Library. I'm joined by my colleague Krishna, who leads Atlassian's channel marketing enablement in EMEA. And if you have any questions throughout this presentation, please do use the Q&A feature to type your question, and we'll make sure to answer it at the end in the Q&A portion. And just so you know, this session is being recorded.
Can you just quickly end the poll?
Yes.
Perfect. All right.
And there'll be a number of polls throughout, so it'd be great if you could answer those along the way as well. Cool. So, next slide. The purpose of the Cloud Playbook is to review the 9 cloud campaigns we currently have in PMC and to recommend ways your teams can launch them to nurture leads and drive demand. Gartner estimates that 80% of companies will be collaborating in the cloud by 2023. We want to give you the marketing tools that will ultimately take your customers into a fully supported cloud future. This playbook offers insights around market readiness, how to segment your contact lists, and tips for launching your campaign successfully. Next slide. Okay. So the objective of this playbook is to provide structure and guidelines around cloud campaigns and to help you feel confident in launching them in the PMC platform. And while this playbook was written with marketeers in mind, it should be relevant to your sales and business development teams because they're the ones with their feet on the ground, communicating directly with the customers. And lastly, the goal is to drive cloud demand and nurture prospective cloud customers. Cool. I'm just going to launch the second poll here. It would be great if you could answer what your biggest challenges around selling cloud are. Yeah, it seems data policy and security is one of the biggest challenges, which I think we're quite aware of, and we're going to address in one of the last slides in the Q&A section. So we'll get to that. I'm going to end this poll right now. Cool. So what is inside the Cloud Marketing Playbook? The playbook starts out explaining market readiness. So cloud is faster, it makes it easy to adopt the latest features, and easily scales with lower setup, operational, and administrative costs. Atlassian Cloud products are now the destination of choice for 90% of new customers that begin using an Atlassian product for the first time. Next, the playbook breaks down each of the 9 campaigns provided in the Partner Marketing Center. We'll also be going through each of these campaigns quickly in the coming slides. So not only do we have recommended timelines, we also break down each campaign by audience segment. So if 9 cloud campaigns in the Partner Marketing Center seems overwhelming, the playbook is a really great place to start so that you can determine which campaign to start with. Could you go to the execution slide? Cool. So hopefully you're all already familiar with how to launch a campaign in PMC. You can launch directly on the Zift platform, or you can download a campaign to go in the collateral library. That way you can still launch the same campaign, but through your third-party marketing platform. You also have the freedom to customize campaigns, editing text so it fits your brand voice, or adding in your company colors and logos. This is also a great opportunity to highlight to your customers how valuable you will be to their cloud success. Okay, next slide. And lastly, you'll find in the playbook resources for extra information regarding roadmaps, discounts, migration resources, and where you can learn more. I'm just going to launch the next poll here. Curious to know if you've had a look at some of our cloud campaigns already in PMC. I believe most of the campaigns launched at the end of last year, so hopefully you've had a look at one or more of them already. Awesome. I guess a bit half and half, but this is a great opportunity to just go and explore in PMC. In the campaigns tab at the top, you can always filter it down to cloud, and you can take a look at the 9 campaigns that we have. And we're going to review them right now, so good opportunity. I'm just going to end this poll right now. Awesome. So these are the 9 campaigns that we have up and running in PMC right now. And we'll quickly go through them individually. So the next slide is Intro to Jira Software. Just on the left-hand side, you can see English, French, and German. At the moment, this one is only available in English. A number of them you'll see are available in French and German. And then ones that are not available will hopefully become available by the end of February. So just a bit of an FYI. Okay, so Intro to Jira Software. This is an introduction campaign providing an overview of the features available in Jira Software Cloud. This also includes 4 customer stories. Cool. Next campaign is the Jira Software Cloud Premium. This one module campaign explains platform features and includes a comparison of standard versus premium plans. This campaign should be used for prospects who may have more storage needs and higher support requirements.
I think it's also good to point out that this campaign is now available in all 3 languages, so you can launch it in English, French or German, depending on your region.
Yeah, and like we went through in one of the previous slides, they are customizable, so you can go in and also add your own value statement or your own call to actions there. Cool, so next campaign is Confluence Cloud Premium. Confluence Premium helps companies scale with features that give site admins more visibility, controls, and platform support. This 2-module campaign describes product features and includes a 15-minute demo. Next campaign is the Jira Software Cloud and Premium webinar. This campaign features a webinar and a product roadmap. It should be used to introduce new customers to Jira Software Cloud. Just letting you know, if you have questions, do ask them. I have one now, but we'll get to it at the end, just so you know, but please do feel free to type them in. So this campaign, Confluence Cloud and Premium webinar. Similar to the one before, this also features a webinar and overview of the product roadmap. Next is the Atlassian Access. This 2-module campaign is a great way to drive thought leadership on how to keep sensitive data secure with a 20-minute webinar and a PDF asset. You should use the Atlassian Access campaign to create awareness around enterprise-grade security and centralized administration. Okay, so this is the Extended Cloud Trial Licenses campaign. So server customers with under 1,000 users are good candidates to target with migration campaigns. This campaign features an offer that gives server customers a free cloud license for the remainder of their license period at their current user tier. This is the Migration to Confluence Cloud app. You should use this campaign to invite targeted Confluence server and data center customers to migrate to the cloud with the free Confluence Migration Assistant app. And lastly, the Enterprise Cloud Event campaign. This campaign features an email invite template to partner-hosted enterprise cloud events. You'll also find a presentation deck that talks about all things cloud. You are more than welcome to use the slides to present during your event. And just one tip, we do recommend sending migration-specific campaigns first and then following up with them with the product-specific campaigns that we went through earlier. Okay, so I'm gonna launch the 4th poll. Last poll. Just asking you what you think would be the most helpful asset to market Atlassian Cloud Solutions. Okay, so yeah, webinars, customer success stories, and product tips and tricks are pretty popular answers. I would say that, of course, we'll absolutely take that on board, but you can also search in the collateral library on PMC. We have a number of customer success stories, and we will be adding to that. Those are available in PDF formats. And then we'll also be adding some more technical webinars. So do look out for those. I'm gonna end this poll. Great. So yeah, you can just find here the login to PMC, which is hosted on Zift. And when you go to the collateral library, you'll be able to download the Cloud Playbook. So do review it. It goes through the campaigns and offers timelines, kind of like we were talking about here. But it's a really helpful asset. And it's a great place to start if you are looking to launch some cloud campaigns in the future. So we're going to go through some of our frequently asked questions that we get a lot and that we think will be helpful to you. Cool. So the first frequently asked question is, will cloud campaigns be available in other languages? And this actually goes along with the question we were asked. So at the moment, the question is, I saw campaigns are mostly available in English. Will they be offered in any other languages, maybe Italian? So English, French, and German is what we currently offer on PMC. Going forward, we're going to be localizing a few of our campaigns in Spanish. And I believe we have maybe 2 customer stories in Swedish and Finnish coming out.
Yeah, so those are basically pilot customer stories. Again, it depends on the requirements of the partners. And we do have an analysis of like bookings in those regions. So we try to review prioritization in terms of budgeting for localized campaigns.
So I'm really sorry. Yeah, sorry that Italian, unfortunately, is not currently on our roadmap. But the best solution to this is going to be going in and activating an English campaign, and then once you're reviewing all of the assets, you can near like 90% customize it. So you can take the opportunity there to translate it into Italian. Yeah, that opportunity and that freedom does exist in PMC.
Yeah, and when it comes to like the campaigns to go in terms of the collaterals, once you've downloaded those, you can translate them 100%. So there are no restrictions with the campaigns to go.
Yeah, that's true. So in the collateral library, you can filter to campaigns to go, and then you can download those and edit those. Yeah, that's true. So the next frequently asked question, does Atlassian provide training on how to use PMC?
So I can take this one. As a lot of our partners already know, we do have the PMC training page that's readily available to all partners in the partner portal. You can find that under digital marketing. And here you can actually access specially curated tutorial videos that walks you through the various functionalities of PMC. So you can actually look at a tutorial video around setting up your account profile or selecting and activating campaigns or launching the social syndication functionality in PMC. And we also wanted everybody to know that all partners have access to the Zift help desk. So this is an inbound support through chat, email, and phone through Zift 123. So once you're in Zift 123, you can actually ask some troubleshooting questions there. And the Zift platform engineers will be able to take those tickets and provide additional support. And as always, the channel marketing team does check in with partners regularly, like on regular intervals, and is always available to schedule a live demo if you need hands-on support with a campaign launch, or basically just having a refresher in the functionalities that's currently available in the platform.
We have another question, Krista, which I'm just going to interject right now. Mm-hmm. So someone is asking if they can produce some podcasts and after download in the PMC.
You mean upload on PMC?
I think upload.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can actually embed those podcasts, right? So you can create a web plugin and then upload that in PMC. Um, Usually we have web plugins that already has like MP4 files for webinars. So I guess the podcast file can also be uploaded. But this is something that we probably need to sync with our design team through Zift and see if there's a template that we can create so that it makes it easier for partners to activate this kind of like ad hoc campaigns.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
definitely we can take a look at that.
yeah, or so podcasts are a really great idea because um, you know, a lot of people are really busy and maybe on their commute they want to listen to a podcast, or while they're at the gym they want to listen to a podcast rather than, taking the time to read something perhaps. So podcasts are an awesome idea. They could also maybe upload it into an email, a podcast, right? And then send it out in an email campaign. That's also another solution, and they can use PMC to do that.
Exactly.
It's
So
a
it
great
can be like the central place where you can make it available. But it's definitely in the works. We are having internal conversations around making that functionality available for everyone.
Yeah.
Timeline will probably follow in the next quarter. All right.
Cool. So the next question, can we expect cloud solutions centric campaigns on PMC?
So Atlassian is currently running a scale deployment agnostic messaging experiment. So that's ongoing at the moment, but we encourage partners to lead with solutions and then follow up with point product messaging where appropriate. So in the future, our campaigns may lead with deployment agnostic enterprise messaging with off-ramps that delve specifically into DC and cloud. So that means that, we would expect more of these deployment agnostic messaging, and then you can basically put your solutions front and center in the campaigns that you wanted to launch in PMC.
Yeah. Great. Next question is, what other cloud assets does Atlassian provide?
If you've already downloaded the playbook, it has a list of all available assets and resources. Along with the campaigns, you can also find a number of cloud customer stories in PMC, which you can use for a blog post or email or social media posts. I already see a couple of partners doing this. There are also useful links to further educate yourself around the Atlassian cloud offering. Those links are also provided in the cloud playbook. So basically the playbook can be your go-to in terms of finding relevant assets that you can leverage in your any type of go-to-market activities.
Yeah, and I would say it's really great if partners could, they can just explore PMC. I mean, it has so many campaigns and assets. So have a look through the collateral library, the campaign section, the web plugins, the social, because while the campaigns are packaged, of course, with emails and web plugins, you can also find the individual assets in other parts of the PMC that you can use in whatever way you want, really. So for example, if it's on the collateral library, you can go ahead and download that and then use it in whatever way you see fit. Like you can use it for your own social media or presentations or email campaigns. Cool. Next question. Which of the cloud campaigns should I start with?
So this will depend, but if you consult the cloud playbook, you'll find each of the campaigns already broken down by category. So there are campaigns that falls under introductory campaign, and then there's the migration specific campaigns, and there's also event campaigns and customer case studies, right? So it will depend where your customers sit in the funnel, as you want to be sure you're targeting them with the correct information. So hopefully you've already segmented your direct mailing lists the ones that's on top of the funnel, you can go ahead and launch the introductory campaign. So these are mostly awareness campaigns. And then as you move further down the funnel, then you can target specific audiences with, for example, migration specific campaigns. Or if you wanted to have them engage with you one-on-one, you can also organize an event and then run the event campaigns.
Yeah, I think your advice about segmenting your lists is probably where people should really start, and then assign specific campaigns depending where they are in the funnel, really.
Correct.
And last question is, we're concerned about data privacy. Where can I find compliance measures that are in place for Atlassian Cloud?
Over the last couple of months, we've actually spoken to a lot of partners. There was a listening tour that took place last year where the leadership team actually went around Europe to gather feedback around blockers with regards to selling cloud, and GDPR obviously is one of the biggest blocker. So you can learn more about these in the security and reliability and compliance measures in the Atlassian Trust Center. So the Atlassian Trust Center is actually in our website. You'll also be able to find all our compliance certifications and cloud platform and services roadmap there. So that will give you a little bit of an overview of what is being planned by our security team to address some of these issues.
Yeah. We have another question coming in. Let's see, I'm just gonna try and condense it. So they're asking, is there a campaign or will there be a campaign coming where Atlassian shows the downgrade and resolution time for cloud issues?
So this is probably going to be part of the product roadmap because we do have our cloud team going around giving webinars around feature updates. So this will probably be part of that program. In terms of campaign, I think we've already prioritized some of the campaigns that's coming up in Q3 and Q4.
That's true.
Yeah, so this is something that might come, if not in Q4, maybe in the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
But updates like this gets passed along anyway by the cloud team.
Yeah,
and the partner portal.
And the product roadmap can be found on our website, is that correct?
Yes, and also the resource page that was put together by the cloud team on Partner Portal.
Yeah, great. So that's the end of our frequently asked questions. But if there are any other questions, please do feel free to type them in and we can answer them for you. Otherwise, we might just let you know about our next PMC office hours in the next slide, which is February. So this is a monthly initiative. And we'll send through a registration email in the next few weeks. It's going to be around renewals and cross-selling campaigns. So please do register for that. We actually have one more question, Krista, which is, can we take the collateral and brand it with our logo?
So the collaterals in the collateral library are free for use. So that means that you can co-brand it. In terms of the white paper, since those are copyrighted, that cannot be co-branded with just your logos, right? So this is something that you need to maybe publish as is, but you can always put like additional pages in there around your own solutions. So anything that is considered a white paper in the library cannot be branded as is for partners. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I guess I think I'm probably just saying something I've already said before, is that a lot of our campaigns, like the emails and web plugins, very much can be customizable. You can add your logo, you can change the text. The collateral library is a bit different because it's usually just a JPEG or a PDF of a case study, for example. And of course, like a case study, we can't really allow people to customize that because it's, you know, it's information, it's a report, so we can't allow that. But for things like online banners or other JPEGs, like imagery, you know, we want you to be able to put your brand and your logo front and center. So, you know, that's definitely something worth thinking about, just so you know, how you can take our JPEGs in the collateral library and make them a bit more your own. So we don't have any announcements about how we're going to fix that, but we are thinking about it because we want your brand to also be on display.
Yeah, and one of the things we're actually considering is in terms of like the graphic assets, because it's only available in raw files like PNG or JPEG or even like PDF files. We're looking at making it available in Photoshop .bsd files. So that means that you're free to go in and then alter the graphics or extract some of those graphics to use in your own asset development.
Yeah, actually, if you would find it helpful for Atlassian to provide you with PSD files in the collateral library, it'd be great if you could all like raise your hand right now on if that's possible. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, if that's awesome. If people who are raising their hands right now and would find it helpful, maybe we'll get in touch with you just for some extra feedback, and we can really start planning it from there. But yeah, we have heard that this is wanted, so yeah. Yeah, if there are any more questions, please do type them in.
I do want to point out one thing though, that if you have your own marketing automation tool, you can always download the Campaigns to Go, and the Campaigns to Go does have the InDesign file sometimes. When there are certain collaterals in there like ebooks, you can actually access the InDesign file, and there you can either do like your Italian localization, for example, directly in the file. Yeah. So that's something helpful, and there's obviously rules of engagement that you'll find in the partner portal and the brand guideline, but as long as you're aware of the brand guideline and then you don't cross those guidelines, then I think it's good to be aware of the fact that you can have these raw files like InDesign files to use for developing your own assets.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, there are no more questions. So just to reiterate, we're doing another PMC office hours in February on the 20th around renewals and cross-selling. So please do register for that when we send out an email in the coming weeks. Otherwise, thank you very much for attending. We hope that you found it useful, and we really hope that you'll read the Cloud Marketing Playbook and start feeling confident about launching some of your cloud campaigns in PMC. Awesome. Thanks very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.